Stronghold should have a conquest mode. How would you recreate Stronghold in 2022? Well, I suppose it's time that I talk about my project. It's nothing special. I'm not a developer or anything like that. But I want to talk to you about an idea that I had that kind of talks about some ways that we might be able to just expand a little bit on how we might play the game. So I was thinking about making a game called Stronghold Dungeons. That's kind of the placeholder name for now. And the way I was thinking about it, I kind of made this little character sheet. It might seem pretty disorganized right now. I have a lot of ideas, but just bear with me here. Basically, my idea was that it would be kind of cool to gamify some more settings. So here's just a quick example: is that you start out as well, let's just say you start out as the lowest rank, which is brother. And then after you do a couple of skirmishes or a couple of custom scenarios or something like that, then you get a reward of some kind, let's say. And, once you get enough rewards or something like that, maybe XP, that's something that I was thinking about. Experience points, victory points, trust, morale keeps. I have ideas for all that stuff. But anyway, so then you rank up and then you become sire. So then all your skirmishes after that are now started with, this setting. And I have like a map that I'm working on with a whole bunch of, with a flow and a main campaign and side quests and stuff. Um, uh, and this is, this setting that we're looking at, it's not hard coded into the game. Like, you'd have to just follow the rules. And but the idea is that I'm kind of building out this game and building out a world and a map. And I have like a full guidebook that I'm working on right now to describe all the rules. I know it looks complex, but I really I will show you an example of just how easy I think that it's going to be. Yeah. So this is the web app that I'm working on right now. This is like the current design. I've gone through a lot of design iterations. I really like the Wordle app. I think Apple looks clean, and then there's my character sheet. If we combine them all into one, what might it look like? So that's how we ended up with this thing right here. So this crazy character sheet that you saw from back here, um, that's actually getting compressed into a web app. That's going to be ideally just really easy to use and intuitive and stuff like that. You got uh, your stats. Well, I'll show you like one of the other design files here. Um, so yeah, this is a good design file to look at. So there'd be like your stats, and then if you click on dice, like every turn you have to roll your dice. At the very top of this thing, it shows your turn flow. So you have to roll some dice at the start of your turn. Then you pick a card. I've got a little deck of cards I'm working on. You move a space on the map, and then you go into round table. And round table, obviously, that's the thing in Crusader, but I'm gonna kind of expand on it a little bit, and it's going to be the time where not only are you doing the Crusader round table, but it's also your time to play the card that you picked, perhaps, or maybe you're not going to play it. It's up to you. But it's the time to kind of get your settings all ready to go. For online battles, are we gonna be doing, what are the settings if we're using like a mod like UCP or maybe GMB or something like that? What are those mods looking like? What this is gonna be in the guidebook, but like what are some illegal hacks? What are accepted hacks? Tower packing. I don't know if that's actually gonna be accepted, but I'm just, these are ideas. Um, so anyway, I do want to just quickly preview the world that I'm building. Well, you know what? I'll just keep it like that for now. We'll just keep it dark, and I'll just zoom in right here. And it's pretty ugly, I guess, right now. But here's what I can do: is I can at least just expand out a little bit more, tease just a little bit more of the land here. Um, it's going to be a pretty big map. and you'll be able to move. I don't really know even how you're going to move around the map yet, but you're going to move along these roads. There's going to be these roads. Um, and somehow or another, yeah, these roads are going to like take you into these maps, and then you'll have these little skirmishes. And again, you'll do like a main quest, side quest, and stuff like that. I'm showing you the map too much already. This is another fun thing. These are the cards that you're going to pick. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the cards yet, but I am pretty excited because my main idea on that is that the cards, I'm going to be kind of the dungeon master, if you will, but I'm calling it the Oracle. So I'm going to be the Oracle, or whoever's the dungeon master is going to be Oracle. And this is the one thing that the Oracle is not going to know. So whenever you pick a card, the Oracle is only going to see that you have a card, but you're going to see what the card does. And an idea for the card, for example, like the well, I won't show you unless you already saw it. But ideas for cards are just like, well, yeah, no, I'll just show you whatever. Like the main super expensive card, it costs a whole bunch of charm balls, which is the currency in my game. There's gold in Stronghold Crusader, but then in my game, like, you can buy keeps and stuff like that. It's no real money. It's not real human money. There's no human money being exchanged anywhere in this. But anyway, so like if you pick a card, this like priceless card, there's only one of them in a whole 52 card deck. It's this purple one. And again, the Oracle doesn't see that. But this card lets you, maybe spend like 5 or 10 minutes terraforming, or, going to the map editor and like making customizations. And it's super expensive and it's super rare, but then there'll be other cards like this card right here is a super common card. It's called Wood Needed. And this is a little deck UI that I'm working on. We'll see that. So yeah, if you look at, there's like roll dice is the first step. So you'd like click on that, and there'd be a thing that rolls the dice for you. It's also in your dice area down there. And then you go to pick a card, and this is your card area. So there's like a little deck hanging out, and here's your cards that you can see. But if this were the view from the Oracle, then it would be like those would all be backwards facing cards, So this would be the view from just the player, because they'd be able to see their card. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And maybe as you go along, you earn access to new cards that you can put in your deck, So that's another cool idea. And then you go on to move a space, and this is also just previewing what the pouch looks like. So that's I have the idea that you're going to pick up items and stuff like that, and you can have them in your pouch and rearrange them and stuff. And then the final little section is the map, and the map is something you might want to access during roundtable. But one thing that's kind of nice is that these are not like linked to each other, these top and bottom things. So you might be on the roll dice thing, but you can still look at what cards you have, look at your pouch, your map, whatever. But in roundtable is the time that you'll probably be wanting to look at your items and stuff, because that's the time. So then after roundtable, then you go into battle, baby. And then after battle, there's a dedicated moment for turnover. So that's just to like collect your bonuses, collect your cards, whatever. But I'm not like a classically trained developer here or anything, or necessarily a designer, but my latest thing was just getting this to scale, or this to like the flex box in this design program to work properly. This is how I want it to be. I want it to be mobile friendly and simple UI, but also comprehensive. So I don't know if I had it up earlier, but like, there's going to be that little hamburger menu area, and these are all just placeholder names, by the way. I'm SHD, Stronghold Dungeons, whatever. I'm just making all this up. But yeah, in the hamburger menu, there's like, you can start a game, load a game, and then there's like a little volume mixer, because during each turn you'll have maybe like 30 minutes to get through the whole turn or something like that. And you'll just be playing the game, but on your phone this little timer will be going. You can see there's this little that's what this little thing here is the timer. It's the pause button, timer, settings. So anyway, very raw ideas right now, totally not figured out yet, but I'm pretty excited, because when it all gets put together, let me pull up like one of my little prototype things. This is like a mix of a lot of GMB's assets, but then I've also worked on some of my own modding, and then also a little bit of UCP. Oh, there's just too many people that I can't even think, like all the classic modding things. Oh, that's funny, of course. Of course, we're gonna get a little issue like that right when I'm trying to bring it up here. Oh, I might know why. It's because the resolution changed. Whenever I change the resolution on the virtual machine, it messes up Stronghold Crusader. That's a GMB asset there. This is a Robert Uvino track. That's GMB asset in the background with my own little thing, the Stronghold Crusader sword.
Greetings and welcome to Stronghold Dungeons. I'd like to give you a little background of where you are and how you got here. You see, in the beginning there was only him, the dungeon master. Then he got bored and created a world.
All right, I'm gonna mute that now. So that was well, actually, I'll bring it back because there's
vast
other
land known by the people as Relmador.
In Relmador,
the name. Hi, I'm Danny.
So this is also GMB's assets, but then I gave them different names, and then I'm recording different audio.
Oh, what is it now? You called for me?
And then eventually I just started messing around with the text editor, so I will have the names actually changed. So it won't show up as the rat anymore. It'll actually say Greenwald.
Remember what you did. That's what I thought. Bye, I'm Danny.
Yeah, so
Sir, anything you need. Sounds like a go, sir.
yeah, so it's a good time. And then we go into the maps area, and I've been messing around on Stronghold Havens and downloading tons of people's maps. And what I'm hoping to do is put together a bunch of my own maps and then a bunch of the community's maps, and then just have it be like this super cool, big, giant world. And you go through this world, and it's actually this kind of coherent storyline. Then I'm, some of the people from Stronghold Haven have
loading.
They have big storylines behind their maps. Yeah, this is another little mod. So I'm gonna have a desert land, and then I'm gonna have a grassland, and then there's also that night mod. So anyway, it's like all of the beautiful tools and work that everyone has done in this community to make this idea even possible is really the exciting thing here. But given that people have done all that stuff and made these tools and stuff, I've just kind of thought, hey, let's try and gamify it. But then, it really came together when I was on looking into modding and stuff, and I was going onto the Stronghold Reddit, and it just... Oh, and the other thing is that Firefly announced that they're working on some new Stronghold something. If you go on to Firefly's YouTube channel, you'll see in the last like 2 or 3 months as of the making of this video, that Firefly is working on some kind of a thing, and they didn't say anything about it. So I don't know anything about it. They didn't say if it's Stronghold Crusader. They didn't say if it's... They didn't say anything. They didn't say... So we don't know. But given these kinds of posts, I do cross my fingers a little bit for maybe a new, not a new, a remastered Stronghold. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for checking out my idea, and have a great day. Bye.